At VSP, our mission is to help millions of people see better. So this project, this laboratory, is perfectly aligned with the mission of our company, right? And the fact that we can do it with the best technology, with the best quality, and even with the best service by integrating these technologies is something that we're very proud of. We really want to do something different, something that would really reinforce our principles of quality and our service, and also provide us with great costs. And we saw those three elements coming together in Schneider technology, and that's why we chose them. We had great trust in this technology, and we worked a long time with Schneider over many, many years, and the decision for us was a natural one.
So we have tremendous trust in not only Gunter, but the entire Schneider organization. Over the years, I've worked with many people in the organization. Each one have the same commitment to quality that Gunter has. That's why we chose Schneider, because everyone's committed to making better lenses for our patients.
When we first took the decision to utilize the Modulo technology back in, I guess it was 2014, this stage of the game, we were actually looking for what I would call something fast, but not fast like speed, fast the acronym. We were looking for something that was flexible. We did not want a system that was linear. You know, in the old days, it was, okay, we got a generator, we got polishers, we got finers, you need one of these, four of these, here we go. We did not want that. And the reason we did not want that sort of linearity out there is it's a duplication of sort of what the industry had already. So that level of flexibility was really, really important to us to be able to say, wow, you know what, if something happens anywhere down the pipeline out there, it felt like parallel processing to us instead of serial processing. You know, I think the second criteria was adaptability. You know, there's something very unique about a VSP laboratory, is that we have licensees with all the major manufacturers essentially in the entire US market. And so instead of having a uniformity of what's coming down the pipeline, all right, we have multiple different products, and there are nuances. You know, this one wants this lens done this way, this one wants this kind of puck to be chosen, different surfacing criteria. So that flexibility to be able to make any manufacturer's product was one of the primary criteria that we had as well. I think third is we sort of look to the future, the S&T part of it, really our sophisticated technology. And so with the Modulo setup, we got all three of those things. It was sort of what put it over the edge for us. And that's why we went that way. And, you know, the rest is kind of history, right? It's just a beautiful configuration of things that come together to make us one of the most effective quality, service, and cost organizations out there. This is the future.
Thank you. So I would say that the trust that Gunter talked about was not given, it was earned and it was well deserved. And that trust is what built this.
Yeah, the transition to Modulo for us was an eye-opener, all right? The reality of it is there are things you need to learn. And so we learned together. We sort of both grew up after that induction period out there. And the reality of it is that once you cross that learning threshold, you really begin to figure out how to use this thing to its sort of best performance. The reason we upgraded the Tampa laboratory was that it's become sort of the East Coast hub for the things that VSP do. And it actually is a relatively smaller physical space. We need to maximize the output of that facility out there. So we made the decision to transition to this technology for that reason. I got to tell you that it is probably our most cost-effective laboratory in the network since the transition too. Right? So we've gotten all that we expected out of that transition. It worked out really well for us. Comparison of Modulo to a metronome. I think that that's true. But you know, I think you're underserving the modulo unit, right? It just doesn't tick and talk; it thinks, right? The beauty of the adaptability aspect of this thing is, you know, there are selections being made all the time based on the current situation that's going on inside that ring. I can remember in my early days, and I'm an engineer by education and training, so I couldn't resist hanging out at the lab when it first started up, is that I would sit there and watch incessantly on how it made sort of decisions, and when it did and didn't make decisions that maybe I or somebody else might have made out there. But the reality of it is it just doesn't go tick-tock. It goes tick, and if the next talk's not ready, it figures out where the talk is, okay? And so the AI aspect of it really sort of amped it up. So I think that's the difference that I would say. Sure, it runs like a metronome, it's consistent and it's repeatable, but the reality of it is it's a thinking metronome. I think that we're going to evolve, obviously, to this fast technology in all of our castles. There's no doubt about that. The modulo unit itself out there seems to be, you know, the choice for any of our larger manufacturing operations.
Cheers. Cheers.